Hey, it's me. Hopefully I'm on. Hopefully you're hearing me okay. Hopefully this is working because I am down here in the end that is always messed up. But so far so good. Looks like I'm here. Hello everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. I am just down here looking at some things, checking things out. I really need to gather all of my buckets and get things ready. This plant right here. Hey there, Tracy. But yeah, I'm enjoying the sun, but it is deceiving. It is only 40 degrees outside compared to yesterday when it was almost 60 degrees yesterday. But anywho, I just gave this kind of a halfway treatment for scale. Sprayed it. I didn't all the way take the sheaths off like I really should, but I removed all visible. Hey there, Yoshi. How's it going? But I wiped the plant down, made sure I got all of the visible signs of scale off. These are my latest 3 growths, and you can see how well it is putting down the new roots. And there is a new growth over there. Well, at least it's going somewhere. I'm here at home, just staying at home. Kind of worrying because I am down to my last few slices of bread, and I really need some fishing line, so that I can mount some things. This is when, as you are thinking about putting stuff outside, well, I am. Anyway, as I'm looking at things, you're doing maintenance and all that kind of stuff. Wow, nice. I just ate lunch. It was sort of a brunch. I had a big old BLT sandwich with mac and cheese. So anyway, this is a very temperamental plant for me, chocolate drop and Skinner Eye. It's very just temperamental. I have to really water it delicately, especially when it's putting up new growths, because they have a history of blasting all over the place, and it does have a history of scale. So hopefully that's on the road, doing well. This is my Epidendrum stanfordianum that they like a winter's rest. So hey Denise, surely you've already had lunch. It's 3 o'clock where you're at. That's a little late. And I'm sure there's Grubhub in your neighborhood as well. I could always order you something. Anyway, this is my stanfordianum. I have lots of hope for this plant. I used to have one of these. I still actually might have the plant. This is something else that I am really looking forward to. That's got that new growth coming. And it's got this sheath right here that... No, there's nothing in that sheath. That's just in the background. Hey, I can do that. I can call Grubhub and order you something and just put in your address. And that's that. I had really hoped that my Guatemalensis would be doing something. I'll be glad to take some of these outside. These are my Versavia crosses. Some of them are encyclias. Most of them are gyrax. Some of them are waking up. Yeah, there's lots of roots over there. Some more than others. And they're just dry mounted onto those little plastic. What else? But yeah, I'd hope for this to be open up, because I'm really interested to see the color. That is my Guatemalensis cross. That is Freza, which is a salmon color, and then it's Alba. So I'm sure it'll just be a lighter color. Probably closer to that. Honestly, that's probably the color tone of it. Still hoping that this has a fragrance, but so far there's no fragrance on this plant. And so yeah, I have been procrastinating this weekend, but I guess I have all week. I really want to get things fertilized. I need to. And this is still stinking up all the high heaven in this greenhouse, even though the flower is dead. The other flower fell off. Stinks. As soon as you walk in, you smell it. But yeah, I was watching Roger's video just before I came on here, and today he was talking about fertilizing, and he was also going around and looking at plants, finding plants that didn't have tags and making sure that when he left, they had a tag on them. Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask the plant. It happens a lot. I think it's a sign of immaturity. I think when a plant is immature, it keeps going until it can go no further. I mean, this is a blind sheath that's been on the plant. Then it gave me this one, which didn't even have a sheath, and it's got a new growth on it right there. So sometimes you get blind sheaths, sometimes you don't. This plant really is the only plant that I have. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Denise. It's a sign of immaturity. This plant always gives me flowers out of its sheaths, but it's a mature plant. The babies. But this plant, it's kind of weird because it has its season of flowering. This is Bobette's. So what this does is it puts up its sheaths, and then it holds them all summer, and then it blooms late winter, in the winter. But any pseudobulbs that it puts up, like directly around the time that it's blooming, those will never bloom. Once this starts putting up new sheaths again, or new growths, like that one over there. There's one over there. It's right in there somewhere. But anyway, I saw a new growth. That new growth will probably bloom. Like these two new growths will probably put up their growths, and then they will have sheaths in them, and then they will immediately push forth their bloom. That one will most likely be a dry sheath because it's already had its bloom season, and any blooms on the plant will not bloom. Whereas this plant over here, this is blooming now, and it still has sheaths on it. There's a sheath right there. But if you look at that sheath, it does look like it's going to bloom because there are flowers in that sheath. And I thought there was another one, but maybe not. I think this is the latest. Wow, this is fragrant. I didn't realize that it was fragrant. And that's fragrant too. So I actually could have been smelling this the whole time, because this is actually more of a spicy fragrance, whereas that is more like perfume. Interesting. And I did. Look, I just saw this. Wow. Yay. I have had so many Schillerianas. And I tell you, this is the first flower that I've ever had in my care. I think I've had 10 Schillerianas. I've even had Schillerianas that came like this one did with buds, and then the buds all fell off, and then the plant died. This is the first flower. Wow, this is exciting. I know it's not much, but for me, wow. Sorry if I got too excited, but I never have had success with Schilleriana. Never. Never. I know the things everybody else can grow, I can't grow. I can't grow Sherry Baby. Well, I can't say that. I used to be able to grow Sherry Baby, but I think I got tired of the scent, so I just gave up. I just let them go. But I never really was good with Dancing Lady or any of those clones. There's lemon. There's something. There's sweet sugar. I've never had any luck with any of those. Unfortunately, I wish. But, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I just, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I can't explain it. But yeah, I'll probably just, I'll start doing some fertilizing at some point. And I'm using the Grow, which I just got new Grow because I was out of it. And here it is, Maxi Grow. This is what I use. Maxi Grow General Hydroponics. And this is, it says, what does it say? It's one of the scoops, 2 scoops per gallon, and these are 5 gallons. So I pretty much, and I use it at half strength. So I give it about 4 scoops per bucket, and I have more buckets that I need to bring up here. And then I just dunk them, or I soak my dendrobiums. This looks horrible, but it's doing very well. This is my dendrochilum, and it's got new growths coming up all over the plant, if you can see. And the pseudobulbs, despite them not having leaves, they are pretty firm. So it's gonna be okay. These do like it drier and cooler. So somebody said they don't do well with Phalaenopsis. I just, I'm not sure what it is with Oncidium types. You know, I do better growing. I have one Oncidium species that I have. I have a couple of Oncidiums, like this little Oncidium I'm trying out, which is a species. Well, no, I'm sorry, that's a Prosthecia. My bad. But yeah, I do have an Oncidium species back here that actually has bloomed for me. This right here, it's Astrolabium. It didn't bloom for me last year, but it's bloomed before. Yeah, this is probably doesn't have a tag on it, but it's Astrolabium. And it's beautiful, and it's a fragrant Oncidium. Really big flowers. It looks similar to one of the not Shelob token, one of those Miltaceas that have the like the lavender stripes and the spots. I think it's a name of somebody, but it looks almost like that, except it's kind of lighter. Not Kenneth Bivens, but Marfitch. There's a Marfitch something that has a pattern on it. That's what that kind of looks like, except it's more washed out. It's not so, but the flower's fragrant. I can grow that one. I've gotten that one to rebloom before, but some of the other Oncidiums, the pseudobulbs just go down for me. They don't get bigger, if that makes any sense. Now this is going to be something really nice. This is a new acquisition that I got. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. This one right here. I actually just saw this in a video what's his face? He works with Fred Clark, and he does all of the shows. And he has his own channel. It's called Orchid Geek. I can't remember what his name is. But he had this in his video as far as his 2020 haul. It was the Epicattleya Koguchi Peter times LC Florence Lynn. And I saw this on eBay last week. And of course I had to get it because it's a special, spectacular thing. What kind of phales are they? Are they just like, are they peasant Phalaenopsis? The Phalaenopsis that I have, there are Phalaenopsis and then there are peasant Phalaenopsis. And I'm sure you know what a peasant is. Peasant would be like the equivalent of, especially those, the store-bought ones that are the blue ones or whatever dyed color. Those are peasants. But there are peasants and then there are some nice Phalaenopsis. I think I have a few nice I think that's a nice Phalaenopsis. I think Phalaenopsis, they need warmth more than anything, and I think that's been my biggest mistake with Phalaenopsis, is that in the winter especially, I've kept my greenhouse on the cooler side just to save energy and just because, I treat them as if they're getting a rest. Now this is busting through the sheath here, so I'll be getting some blooms here pretty soon on that Cattleya. And this is Tokyo Magic times Patanara Martha Clark. I won that in Kelly's auction. Cocoa Core. I'm not sure what that is. Does that give them a lot of good drainage? See, I usually wrap the roots in a little bit of what I did with this was I put some sphagnum. No, this is all rock, but the top part around sort of the core of the plant where the roots are, I put sphagnum in there so that there's some moisture there. But most of this inside of here is bark. As you can see, there's some sphagnum there, but most of the between here, it's rock. And this one is just pure sphagnum. But this one seems to be doing okay. It hasn't lost too many of its spikes. It's only lost 2 so far. Hopefully it'll be doing them a lot better. This one, which is a rescue, I think it's still doing better. It's still got the new leaves. As you can see, there's a new, and this is in just plain bark. I'm sure there might be some sphagnum down, like I said, around the core of the plant, but for the most part, it's just bark. And this is another rescue that's in sphagnum. But yeah, I'd say this one is not I think some phals that I have are worth having in my collection. I think I don't know. I think at some point you have to be a snob. You can't have everything. And if that means eliminating Phalaenopsis out of your collection, then so be it. I think they're expendable. If that's what you mean, I think that's what you mean. I'm sure that we all got started on Phalaenopsis, so we can't all completely trash Phalaenopsis. And here is my newest opening Angricoid, which is bobbing in the wind. So underneath the fan here, so I probably won't be able to get a good shot on it. But it is a delicate thing, very delicate. I am still going to be torn as to it's like I go to bed at night and think about what I'm going to do with this, because I've killed so many of them, and as so many people have said, and I agree, that they expend so much energy on blooming and all of that, it's sort of a delicate balance between giving them a complete rest so that they can rejuvenate their energy, and just cutting them off completely and taking the chance that the plant might die back because they're not getting nutrients. So it's always delicate. So hopefully I will win this time, because it's a beauty. It is a beauty. Hope it continues to grow. Fingers crossed. Hopefully I won't come down here, because this is not where it sits. Hopefully I won't come out here sometime this week and just run right into it, not even seeing it. So I'll have to remember to put it back high up, so I won't be a bull in a china closet like I usually am. And here's another Phalaenopsis that has not bloomed yet, but it's going to very soon. There's the name right there. That is Phalaenopsis Sogo David Peach. And I think that's a fragrant Phalaenopsis as well. So that'll be nice. And of course, everybody's kind of sick of seeing this. But you guys just wait till Todd's blooms, and then you'll be seeing it again for another month. So just get used to it. What else is going on here? That looks like it's trying to set a bud. These are sequential bloomers, so it can produce another flower from the sheath that's down there. Same with, there's another spike here, and then there's another one there. With angraecums, when they're in spike, you really need to make sure that they're wet and moist. I found that if they dry out, then so does their spikes or their buds, which is kind of unfortunate. You have to be there. You can't take a day off, or else you'll come back and they'll be dried up. There was something else I was going to show you that I'm not remembering right now. But that flower that I just showed you, which is Angraecum Joyce Stewart, wherever it is. Yeah, it's over there. This one, the flower is quite similar, except it's resupinate. No, it's not resupinate. So the flower is much, much similar to this. It might be a little bit fleshier, and it's a lot more glossier, if that makes any sense. That's very fine. There's more substance to that flower over there because of the scatenum and compactum, I believe. Their flowers have more substance, like subsquisquidale and superbum. They have more of a this is you can get this at Hauserman every day of the year. I know they have it there. This is called Phalaenopsis Fuller's Black Leopard. And this has been in bloom, I'm sure it's been in bloom since Christmas, right, you guys? I'm pretty sure it's been in bloom since Christmas. Because, yeah, I did go to Hauserman right before Christmas, and I'm pretty sure I bought this there. Yeah, Orchids by Hauserman, I believe it's like $19, $19.99. It is a nice thing and very long lasting. That is not a peasant Phalaenopsis. Neither is this one, even though it's struggling to open. This is like a big lip. As you can see, the lip is a lot, I guess it's a pyloric lip, trying to mimic the petal, I guess. That's what that is. But yeah, everybody, it's about 25 minutes on here. I should get off of here and get started on my watering, because I could sit here and talk all day. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Thanks for coming, everybody. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that too. These are available as well. They're on orchids.com at Norman's. Not bad price either. I think it was on sale when I got the one for Todd. Well, when I got mine, because I got them both at the same time. I think they were like 20 bucks. And at the time they did have it in Spike. I'm sure they probably still do. Well, thanks, Denise. And I believe, like I was saying in my An Orchid a Day video, that all of these, hopefully, are going to be branches with flower spikes. Because I tell you, this is going to be a very, 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 very fragrant orchid right here. Encyclia rufa and profusa are very fragrant. So this orchid, the more flowers, the more fragrant. And it's going to be needed in here because this thing right here, it's just going to keep giving me flowers and flowers and flowers and stinking up the place all the high. Wow, and look, I just knocked off one of the last few. I had hoped to keep this. Oh well, I might as well just take this down. This used to be my Angraecum germanianum, but no more. It's going there. So yeah, everybody, I guess that's about it as I can see it. And yeah, so good luck with your Phalaenopsis. I still think they need more light than most people think they do, you know, especially the species and these these Bolinas, like these Dragon Tree Eagle, KS Happy, whatever it's called. Those have Bolina in it, so they like a lot more light in the heat. But anyway, everybody, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you all. I love you all. And I'm planning on doing something because it seems like suddenly I'm getting close to 2,000 subscribers. And so I'm going to try to do something big, not big, but something nice for Europe and for the US. So we'll see. I'll let you know. Hey, Sharon. Hey, how's it going? Taking some time out from your east and your west garden, I see. I'm sure you're down there, out there. Anyway, I'm going to piss off and I'll see you guys soon, and enjoy your orchids. Bye. Thanks, Danny.